Hey, all right, so we got that done. Hopefully I've sped that up for you if I got that figured out so you didn't watch a very long video here. So these are our farrowing yards that we have just been spreading out all this straw in. That was about 2 weeks without straw in them. We'd been putting about 3 bales in each, about once a week or so. And then it had dried out pretty good, so we didn't have any issues. And then we just got hammered the last couple of days. We're about to get a couple more days. So we just put 4 in. I'll obviously have to put more in Donut's yard here I'm in. She'll get another 2 bales or 3 down there towards the bottom, but I don't want to mess up her wallow too much. She's got a nice wallow going at the base of her water barrel here, which I don't love, but whatever makes her happy, right? So it's important to us, right? Because it's the piglets and pigs are much happier when they have some nice dry straw for a lot of their yard to complement their wallow, keep them less muddy and clean. Looks nicer for us too, right? But it's also really, really important from our regenerative standpoint to make sure to try to keep as much of the soil covered for as much time as possible, minimize those times where it's just bare earth. That way we don't bake out or leach out any of our organic matter. So with all these straw bales, we're helping to add that organic matter down. The sows are only in these yards for about 6 weeks, maybe 7, depending on if I time out when their farrowing is going to be just right. And then they'll get pulled off here. These will be left alone for 4 months before they get brought back in. And then they'll be in for another 6 weeks and then left alone for another 4 months. So they get a long rest in between each of these before they get grazed again or knocked down. So in the fall, this will be 3 foot tall. Actually, if I got giant ragweed coming up, which we usually do, we'll have 8, 9 foot tall stuff in here for them to chow down and knock down for the first 2-3 weeks. Even Donut's yard here, actually, she had as many willows as the rest of these sows do at the bottom of their yards, and when she built her nest, she decided to chew them all down and drag them to the top. Once we get her out of here in 2-3 more weeks, when her piglets are big enough, they'll grow back from the stumps, so I'm not worried. And we're actually going to go through and down the center of each of these, plant 2 or 3 walnut trees to pollard, which we'll do a video on later. That way we've got some more permanent shade. We're actually either later today, depending on the time, or tomorrow, we're going to put in some shade sails that we bought for the ladies here. Now that it's actually starting to get a little bit warm and a little bit sunny, the willows in their shelters aren't doing quite enough. So we're going to put in some big old sun sails for them. We've got one sneezing because he's trying to eat the straw. All right, well, y'all have a good one. Bye.